We're going. Hello and welcome back to Lumosity. What? I have to work hard to make these introductions unique. You know, when you've done 1,000 of them. No, thousands of them. Yeah, you've got to work at it, really. Although, the sort of intro I do sort of sounds, it's not unique, even though the actual sounds are. Alright, well, anyway, which is true of any speak that you speak. Or something. Any speech that you speak. It's always going to be different, you know? I can say thee in pretty much the same way, no matter how many times I say it, but still, the way I say thee right now is the only time I'll say thee in such a way ever. In fact, it's the only way that those sound waves will ever formulate in probably anywhere ever again. I mean, it'll never happen again, probably. Well, mathematically speaking, probably not true. But anyway, let's move on. I feel today good. No. I feel okay. The day didn't suck too hard, but it kind of did. But I can take it though. I can take it. Number of hours I slept last night. It was not that bad. I went to sleep at 7-ish, 6:30 to 7-ish, and got up at 1, and it wasn't bad. I'll call that 7 to 1, which is because it took me a while to go to sleep, even though it was 7, yeah. So, what would that be then? 6 hours. Ah, yes. Alrighty then, and now on to Speed Match. Look at those epic frames. Frames, there's so many frames here. I'm not used to dealing with so many frames. It's incredible. I mean, just look at them all going by. 60 or so every second. Well, at least it would be, except for the fact that, unfortunately, it's not, say, quite 60, because I'm pretty sure that YouTube does some kind of something or other. Maybe they interlace or whatever, I don't know. But in any case, somehow 60 frames becomes, I'm pretty sure, like 30-ish frames on the way the YouTube processes it. Which is fine. I mean, I'm asking quite a lot of them, you know. Handing them, like, what is it? 10, probably, like, they probably make, like, 10 cents a day off me. Except they probably cost them like $10 to deal with everything that I've uploaded. I mean, I've uploaded a lot of junk. I mean, like this. Yeah, there's servers that can have to process this. Just like, you know, award-winning movies that get put up there for some reason. No one knows why. Probably, well, most of them probably, you know, pirated, but whatever. Some would argue what I'm doing here is piracy, but I'd argue that those people are idiots. And also, using a term in the incorrect way, for sure, so, yes. Although, if you were to say I'm infringing copyright, well, I would actually take issue with that as well. But, that argument could be made, is just, I think it's wrong. All I know is that Lumosity is well aware of my presence. Yeah, maybe not well aware, but they are aware at least a little bit, because I know, because they did +1 one of my episodes once, and I was like, what? But that was way back in the good old days when I was, you know, new and on the rise. And now, I'm pretty much just, you know, I've been here for a year, and nothing happened. So yeah, it's, probably happens to most people though, you know, they do a channel and probably just happens most of the time, you know. Just that stroke of luck doesn't come for most, ever. Because it has to be at least a little bit luck, you know. Oh, it's our skill. Really? I kind of doubt that, honestly. I kind of doubt that. I mean, how does something become viral, eh? It's simple, really. It's just shared and reshared. And basically, if every person that sees it, they share it to at least 2 other people, on average. Or less, maybe 1.5 people, on average. It doesn't really, even if it's 1.1 people. Heck, even if it's 1 person. Even if the average is only bloody 1, alright? It still is going to become viral. I mean, okay, if it was 1.5, let's be honest, it would actually have, that actually, I'm not sure that would even be possible, actually, in fact. Yeah, it's, over time, at one, averaging 1 share for each person, the entire planet would be watching it. Yes, assuming they actually watched if it got shared. We're assuming. Alright, but then that's a successful share. So if they have to watch in order to share, so it's still 1 to 1. But wait, if it's average of 1 and the entire world sees it, well, who are they going to share it with now? Has to be more than 1 initially, right? I mean, let's say 1 person sees it, they share with 1 person, they share with 1 person. Everybody shares with 1 person until it's been done, a billion times. Except for the last person does not share it because there's no one to share it with. And in that case, then that moves it down from 1 to like, whatever percentage it is they are of the whole. So it's probably like just, 0.0.99999 or something like that. Well, not necessarily that number of 9s. I just, the point is it's a bunch of 9s, and then there's this stupid, heart of the 9s. It doesn't go on forever. No. There's 1 person who didn't share it because he couldn't, and then, bah. Although, we can't say they'd be the last person, because, there are new people born every day. In fact, every hour, probably, every minute. So, obviously you can't watch it initially, but there will be eventually. 14. 11. No! It's alright. 15. 15. I am invulnerable. I am unstoppable. Oh, snap! Epic win! Your audience have just seen the most epic performance I have yet recorded to this date. Hopefully, there are a couple of things that could go wrong. First of all, I might not actually be recording. Second of all, I might actually, QuickTime might crash and lose everything. Or I might accidentally delete the episode. Or my account is terminated after I upload this and I have to delete it on my own computer, and thus the video is lost forever. But then again, if that happens, then I'll be correct in assuming there was an audience, but no one would ever know because no one would ever see it. And if they did see it, well, it was true for them that they was the most epic one I uploaded that date. So, I win. I always win. 90% of junk has been cleared. 2 mistakes were made, but those mistakes were only half mistakes. Isn't that right? We have cleared the last galaxy. We have gotten a top 5 score of 22,000 times 10. What? 225,720. I have gotten that score in the past. once before, you see. But still, this is the best score I've gotten since any time since 2012. Since 2012. Oh, it's a cause for celebration. You know, I think I'm going to highlight that in the title of this episode. And this is going to be an epic episode, which people might actually watch, you know, so they can see an epic performance. And as such, I should probably work to make sure that these people watching it, because, you know, at the epic performance, I should be working to make sure that they get a good first impression of my rather horrible channel, you know, so they'll go and watch other things. Because that would solve my problem, you know. So anyway, yeah, go and share it, right? Share it at least with one person successfully. If it's not successful, well, you weren't successful. You gotta share with someone else, alright? So here's how you do. Here's what you do. You share it with at least one. You can share with more people you want, but you share it with one person. And tell them they have to, and, you know, make sure they share it with at least one person. And then they make sure that at least that one person shares it with one more person. And then they share it with one more person. Basically, everyone down the line has got to make sure the person they're sharing with shares it with a person, and that person shares it with a person, and that person shares it with a person. It's a mess. Actually, that's one of the dumbest sharing strategies I've ever heard. And it, of course, as is often the case, is one that I came up with myself. Oh my gosh. Right. That's asking too much of people. It's really just easier if you share it with, you know, 1 billion people and don't even care what happens after that. Or, I mean, you could say, you know, that, hey, I shared with you. Could you please share it also? Okay, good. Because otherwise, you're going to die in a week. Do that. Yes, that's real effective, isn't it? I mean, I get emails all the time like that. If you share this with blah, 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 then you won't die a horrible death. So, I mean, that does get propagated pretty well. So, I mean, you gotta say that it's an effective tactic. Of course, I completely fabricated the fact that I get those all the time. In fact, I've never gotten one of those that I know of. So, yeah, but so I guess it's not effective, and after all, because people know that stuff's hogwash. And then even if it wasn't, even if it's true, and in fact it is true, hear me out. It's not that weird. It's no, I'm not crazy. No, hear me out. It's true because everyone does die eventually. But not next week. Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. Not next week. Alright, so if it says next week, then you know it's probably bogus. If it does not say next week, if it says just you will die, then you, alright, fine. I'm not sure. I already expected to die. Okay, great. Nice. Anyway, that's going to wrap this episode up. I hope you had some fun watching it, although I gotta say, it was not packed with much that could be enjoyable, in my opinion. Which is a shame, as I said, because, you know, there's a lot of people coming in maybe for the first time. Probably not a lot of people anyway, but a lot by my standards. I mentioned last episode that William Slide 2 was the... I didn't mention William Slide 2, I think it's William Slide 2 that's done really well. William Slide 2 did really well, that series. But it did not do anywhere near as well as my series that was only one episode. Well, I mean, it got more views overall, but I think the video with the most views was probably... what is it called? Oh yes, my Zerg Rush video. That was fun. That was a fun one to do. Right, it's over. Goodbye.